our today's topic, which is website security threats in 2020. So, Elia, please share your screen because you prepared some slides, and let's dive into today's topic, cyber threats 2020.
Okay, you got it?
Yep.
Fine. So let's begin. With this short webinars, you'll be able to recall your own and gain you some knowledge about security. This will mainly concern general cybersecurity aspects and complex site security concepts. And we'll try to tell you something new and not obvious, or even some things you already know in a new way, in a simple joking form. I like joking forms. So, and you even may keep your mind, it's really silly, and that is the simple things we're talking about. And at the same time, we will try to help you renew or build step by step a new general concept map in your mind. And that may help you gain a new vision or new angle or vision or on some fields of cybersecurity.
Yes.
And that may help you in your business, really may help you in your business. So this is why I called it Silly Yak Series webinars. So Silly Yak Series.
No, I love it, because when we were talking about your company, you said actually that one of the core values is simplicity, and I really like that you're sticking up to it, like that you're holding up to this value, not only in your business but also in the webinars and everywhere else. So yeah, absolutely, I'm more than welcome.
So a lot of people call me Sunny Boy, so you're welcome.
How?
Sunny Boy.
Sunny Boy, why?
Sunny Boy. I'm smiling a lot of time, so so I'm really polite. So, okay, I should not to choke on my aspirations. Don't worry. So let's begin. So cyber risk 2020. And today I want to talk to you about the cybersecurity risk and some market shares in a big way. And I want to talk to you about 3 types of businesses: the small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and large enterprise. And all of this is mostly for United States market. But in general, in a big way, you can share this approach to your regional market on global market. So, and I want to talk to you about these 3 kind of businesses and to whom the cyber risks are the real problem that can take the life right out of that companies. So, okay, you can see it. In the United States, there are a lot of business, right? And almost 100% of the all market is a small and medium-sized business. And we try to find how the cyber risks gain the situation on larger enterprises. We can find it's not risk for large enterprise, and we don't discuss. We shouldn't discuss large enterprises, but all of the larger enterprises, it's smaller than 1% of the market in terms of the number of businesses, of course, not in revenue. And when we're talking about the larger enterprises and the cybersecurity risk on large enterprises, we should understand that all that shit is completely covered through their financial policy. It's completely covered with assurance. This is not a risk for larger enterprises. Of course, it can be a big harm for a large enterprise to be hacked or to faced with leaked some personal data, but all those risks are completely covered, and they are completely covered of their financial policy. They have a risk policy, and there's no risk for large enterprises. And they have their own IT infrastructure. They have their own stuff that protects their businesses. They have really cool solution for their own protection. So the cybersecurity risk in a big way is not a problem for large enterprises. And when we try to look on small and medium-sized business, we see that it's a complete market. So it's 99% and even more for United States. And it's really a big problem, the cybersecurity risk for small and medium-sized businesses. Why? Just this is quite typical of human nature to think about the cyber risk after shit happens, right? It's quite typical of human nature. It's like not to visiting a doctor until gets sick. So that is why cybersecurity risk is really important for small and medium-sized business in the United States. So, and let's talking about the numbers. It's about 28 million of small and medium-sized businesses just only in the United States. And 69% of all small and medium-sized businesses called the cybersecurity risk, called business interruption, is the most important risk that really can stop their business. So, this is about 70% of these 28 million businesses afraid of business interruption. And if we try to investigate the market share or a little bit robust, we can find that there is some kind of differentiation. In terms of digital engagement, I'll try to use the digital engagement term. What it means? The level of digital engagement means, in a big way, how much does your business depends on the web. And wait a second. So and for example, if you're a bakery, your digital engagement level is really low because you operate with direct in-person sales mostly.
Yes.
And if you are a digital agency or some kind of business using the web, your level of digital engagement is high or even advanced. All your entire life communication with customers and sales depends on the web. This is really critical. So, and how many of those kind of advanced and how high digitalized small and medium-sized businesses just only in the United States? For those, the business interruption is the biggest fear. It's 14 million, it's the half of all number of small and medium-sized businesses in the United States. That means that that's incredible. So at a half of United States businesses in terms of the number of businesses is really high and advanced digitalized, and they really depend hardly on the web communication. So all it means that if shit happens with their websites, it takes the life right out of their company. So it brings their business to a halt. So this is incredible and biggest the risk for the business interruption for a small and medium-sized business in the United States, and they know it, and they know it, really know it. So, and wait a second, the next slide. Okay, and actually,
your slide, I didn't see anything.
Wait a second. And there are two big cases of why cyber incident happens.
Okay.
And really small and medium-sized businesses, high and advanced digitalized medium-sized, small and medium-sized business know it, and they call it the side problems. So, okay, what we should understand that for 14 million companies in the United States, each side problem means the business interruption. So it's really ridiculous. So, and all of them mostly understand what risk they're afraid of in terms of cybersecurity risks. And about 40% risk is to be hacked when you're faced with cyber incidents. And really cool that more than 60% is to faced with some bad stuff. You're working with some staff mistakes, some employee mistakes. So let's talk about employee mistakes. What kind of employee mistakes so leads to a 66 probability of the cybersecurity incidents it causes in employee mistakes? What kind of? For example, don't review the domain name, or change the server DNS or name servers, or didn't extend the hosting services, or lost data on the host because of poor skills in the website management or the server management, or rolled back really completely bad data from backup, or bad updates with CMS or even the website companies. So any kind of bad skills of your employer leads to a cybersecurity incident in most cases. And it's about 40% of probability the cybersecurity incidents causes by hackers. And that leads to business interruptions as well. So, for example, websites malfunctions like CMS or companies being hacked, or access leaked, or hacked through neighbor hosting accounts. And so that accounts suspended by hosting providers due to malware or increased server load or due to spamming. And you have problems with your website, and you're faced with business interruptions. It halts your business. You're losing your money. So, or really cool problem is problem with your Google advertising moderation. It's really 90% false positives, but it's really fun. But in a big way, so it's a problem. Due to malware, you can't moderate the Google advertising, so you can't grow a business. You lose your money daily, each day. And
can you elaborate a little bit this topic? What you mentioned, like rights to Google AdWords or ads?
There's no topic through our webinar list, but we can add it. So it's really cool problem, a really big problem. It's internal Google problem. It's Google ADS problem. And the core of the problem is really shitty malware or shitty software. What happened? It seems and it looks like that was a team that built one software that tries to detect some malware on websites, and then that team's gone. So there's no ways to have some context with a team of developers. So, and Google ADS technical support can understand why and can explain why the software detects malware on clean websites. And in 90% of cases, there is no malware on those websites. And it really takes 1 or 2 or even 3 weeks to moderate the advertisement, and we're back to our Google advertisement system. And
yeah,
so that's really, there's a really long history. So, well, so what should you do, or what can you do to protect you against cyber risks through hackers and employee mistakes in a big way? So we understand that hackers and employee mistakes is the biggest risk in terms of cybersecurity risk and business interruptions for 14 million United States small and medium-sized businesses, for half of the market of United States. So hackers and employee mistakes due to some situations and leading to cyber incidents. Okay, so how to be protected? So it's really 2 ways are simple, and the third way is not so simple actually. So first of all, you can protect your business against hackers using website protection systems, like automatic or services, it doesn't matter, whatever. To protect your websites, introduce your cyber risk, the cyber security risk, or to face with business operations and lose your money. You should protect your website, because your website is entirely your businesses. So there are a lot of software. There are a lot of Sakuri, SiteLog, the grants, and you may find a lot of really new security and awesome security software like Astra, WebErix, or some server on-premise solution like Cloud Lake solution, i.e. Immunify, or it doesn't matter. There are a lot of solutions, or you can use VirusDie if you want. Okay, and the second thing you really should do on the third step, you should protect yourself against your employees, against your employee mistakes. You shouldn't protect yourself against the shoot in your leg. So you just need to improve their skills in website management in a big way, not just in website security, but in website management. You should understand, you should learn them to moderate the websites really safety in a safe ways, and do not upload the incompatible software on their web servers. Do not upload some shit themes for their WordPress or whatever. Don't do these stupid things they actually want to do each time they have an access to your websites, to your business. Your business is your website. Don't let them shoot in your leg. So improve their skills. And if you can't, if you don't want, or whatever, you don't want improve your employer skills, or you don't want to waste your time on that, or you want to protect your website against hackers, you can ask somebody to help you, or you can transfer your website to other people to manage its safety or manage it in general way. So manage its content and at the same time manage its safety, to protect your website, to protect your business in an entire way. So to protect, to remove malware, to fix the vulnerabilities on your websites, and to update some components from really in a good way. So
Yes.
Don't use cracked components, don't use cracked themes with backdoors that leads to vulnerabilities and leads to infections. Don't do stupid things. Just the recipe is simple. Don't do stupid things, and actually two ways: or you spend your time on spending money on website security and your employer learning, or transferring your site to other people to manage it. And it's better to manage it in a big way. So you transfer your website to web agency, to agency. They can provide the entire thing you need. They can provide the website management, the content management, the website updating, the CMS updating, the components updating. They can provide you website security as well. So these guys know how to do that. It's not so costly. It's really affordable. It's really affordable. It's much more affordable than to hire a web security expert or to a company for $100,000 per year. Or it's really affordable, and it's much more affordable than to spend your time learning and practicing how to use cybersecurity tools and afraid each night and sleeping with nightmares how to do not break something on your website and don't hold your business. So this simple 3 or even 2 ways you should do to protect your website and to protect your small and medium-sized business against business depression. So business depression, as you may know, is the biggest risk and the biggest fear for small and medium-sized businesses in the United States. So in general, this is what I want to tell you today. So, and it feels we can finish on it today. I agree.
Yes, we can. We still have like a few things we want to show, sneak a peek to VirusDie and Q&A. But yeah. So that's a wrap up for today.
Yeah.
That was really fast.
That wasn't fast. That was 40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Yeah, we were chatting a little bit on the start. Okay. Alexander was commenting. Can you go a few slides back to the percentages when you were showing like this?
This one.
Yeah, and he says like 108%.
No.
And I said,
I know that this is one of the questions we're talking about.
Yeah. I replied in Russia, 100% is not a limit.
You shouldn't. I know that Russians like to multiple percents and have more than 100%, like 146%. Don't worry about this. This is due to a theory of probability. This is new. That you shouldn't sum this percent. These bars shows the percent of probability. The probability you can face with website security incident, the site security incident in some way. So you shouldn't sum it.
Yes.
It's really, we can have a robust discussion about this, but you shouldn't sum these probabilities. It's not a percent. It's not a percent of incident. This is percent of probability to face it off with hackers or employee mistakes in a cybersecurity incident.
I understand.
So when you sum it, this is wrong. Man. You should sum it as probabilities. So it will be low than 100% each time you try to sum it in a way of the theory of probability.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think you could quickly show us VirusDie, how it looks like?
Why not? The new one or the current?
The deal people will buy on November 25th.
Okay.
But I mean, if they will buy, they will get the new UI in a no time as well.
They'll get the new one. We are about to update in tomorrow evening.
Okay.
So here we are.
It's quite big.
Wait a second. I'll try to scale it.
Okay.
I'll try to scale it. Okay. Here we are. So this is some testing dashboard in wherever, doesn't matter. So here's the sample of the dashboard we faced with interaction with VirusDie. So really real-time interaction. So we have, in general, you have a dashboard with all your websites, and you can initiate the scan process just clicking the scan wheel, and now it's synchronized, starting to scan. Okay, the scan. Okay, you can interact with all elements. You can hints on each step you want. You can hide it and don't show the message again. Okay, and this really simple bar with navigation, the antivirus tab, the firewall tab, the file manager tab. It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't matter. And the settings tab.
Okay.
Okay, so it's really simple. For example, website is now scanning, so we can remove malware automatically in needed, or switch on automatic malware removal, for instance. So, for example, we have some old infection report and investigate some. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's testing dashboard. So, okay, just like this. It's real-time interaction, and so complete malware description. Okay, for each malware, we have a complete malware descriptions. If automatic cleanup is available or not. Okay, so all files can be cleaned automatically. So just due to scan process is finished. We have this notice. We have this. No, I don't want. Actually, you can do for instance, automatic site cleanup and turn it on. We have pre-cleanup backup always for each cleanup, and at the same time, again, the automatic malware remove using VirusDie is completely smooth and completely safe. So the websites run stable automatically. We don't try to remove entirely files or make their size to up to zero, down to zero. No, this way we remove some malicious code fragments from website files code really calmly and really carefully to do not break your website, to do not halt your business, do not make you faced with business interruption. So
okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
If there is some sort completely new malware, right?
Yeah.
How do you know that that's a malware if you didn't see it like before in your database?
You or we?
Yeah, VirusDie. How it knows that this is actually something that's a threat to my website?
We have 3 layers of malware detection. The first of all is the signature analysis. This is the base of all antivirus systems all over the world. Yes, this is the old school. Yes, we have it. We have really big and daily new with new updates signature analysis.
Okay.
And the second layer is the artificial intelligence. So it sounds like really, really stupid things, but we have some sort of analytical machine, analytical engine we may call the artificial intelligence that try to analyze some zero-day malware, yeah, and find it, and not always it's marked as files that can be cured automatically, but in mostly, yeah. In other terms, in other cases, it tries to mark it as suspicious files. You can find it and you can analyze it manually if you need it and fix it if you need it. So we have a built-in file editor with malicious code highlighting and complete malware description to investigate it. And at the same time, the third layer is there's no malware found on the website, but you believe that malware is on your website. You can ask our tech support to investigate these security issues with no additional cost. With no additional cost. We'll investigate it. We can ask some access for that, and investigate security issues, and build some new malware detection and malware removal rule to find and remove this kind of malware or even vulnerability automatically. And the most important thing, as for vulnerability, the vulnerability patch management is entirely built-in antivirus engine. So the antivirus tab you can see here, it finds not just infected files with malware or trojans or backdoors, it finds a vulnerability and patch vulnerabilities as well. And when you try to investigate them, try to view the infected file, scan report, you can find that there is not a malware in some description. Yeah, this is vulnerability, and you can patch it automatically, or in some cases you can't, because automatic patching may lead to a halt of your business, may block your website, and you should, for example, upload some new up-to-date version of your CMS, of your plugin, and update it manually on your own. So from your using your site dashboard.
Yes.
So we try to don't to break your business. So, but we try to provide you complete recommendations and descriptions where to get the new version of your plugin and how to upload it with no issues. So all of this you can find right here in these descriptions. And the same, and most of that you'll get the email with scan or cleanup report with the links on all our recommendations and descriptions on your email. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Perfect. I think we can show like new design what you've shown me like before the webinar or tomorrow on our next webinar. What do you think?
About the landing page and Sam, we can show it on Wednesday. I think it should be a Wednesday. Tomorrow, tomorrow, even or even on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
We will figure out. Anyway, guys, if you want to know more about VirusDie and about website security, please make sure that you will go to virusdie.heysummit.com. I just posted the link everywhere under each live video on Facebook. So please click it and register. It will take you to this landing page. Just fill in your email and book your place. There are more talks coming up, of course. And tomorrow we talk about vulnerable websites, the main vector of automatic cyber attacks on small and medium-sized businesses, how to be protected. So please join tomorrow if you're small or medium-sized business, because this will be for you. Now, November 21st, web agencies draw the cyber strike fire upon themselves. How many of them survive? This is amazing title, by the way. It's almost like from some website, like a blog title, but I really love it, and this will be so interesting. So again, guys, November 21st, this is the link. Please make sure that you will join. 22nd, complexity, the fundamental problem of professional grade website security software on the market. So as we mentioned, VirusDie is really simple to use. It's just a few clicks installations, and then just it just works completely on autopilot if you want to have like automatic malware removals and so on. And so simplicity is actually one of the values of VirusDie. So make sure that you will understand that on 22nd. 25th, which is Monday next week, I believe so. Yeah. VirusDie, the world's friendliest professional grade antivirus for multiple websites, walkthrough and Q&A. So as usual, we'll show you how exactly you can use it, how you can set it up, and there will be like time for your questions too. November 26th, how web agencies can make some extra cash by offering website security, VirusDie agency account walkthrough. I think this is quite self-explanatory. So if you have a web agency, marketing agency, this will be for you. And then the last webinar is on November 27th, 2 days before Black Friday. And the topic is what is better to use to protect SMBs websites against attacks, expert services, SaaS, or on-premise software. So this is the topic we will cover on 27th. If you want to know more about VirusDie, it's virusdie.com. You'll learn pretty much everything there. So that's the place where you can learn more about it, except our webinars, of course. So make sure that you will check it too. And if you have any questions, ask us in our Facebook group and we'll get back to you. So guys, once again, virusdie.heysummit.com. Please register. Webinars will be amazing. And more info, virusdie.com. So thanks a lot, Elia,
thank you for joining. Hope you'll be interested.
I will check if we have some questions. No, I don't see any questions. Usually, most of the questions come when people are checking the walkthrough of the product, because they have, of course, they're seeing and they're getting ideas about what to ask. So expect a lot of questions in upcoming days because they will be testing it. They will be trying free trials and everything. Is there a free trial they can use? They can, right?
We have really premium model. So we have a freemium account. Mm-hmm. You can add the one website and try to scan and try to find the malware on the website, to find out the malware descriptions, and find the next step through the hints. So, but the firewall, the malicious code highlighting, and the automatic cleanup is unavailable on freemium. So you have to pay for that, or if you don't want,
but yes, guys, you can test it. You can
test it for free, of course.
Yeah. So if you're considering buying it, just test it for free. You'll get some ideas for questions, and we will then answer them on live webinars. So Elia, thanks a lot for joining. Thanks a lot for the simple presentation, yet really powerful. And everybody who is still watching, thanks a lot for joining. Webinars will be replays will be available on the Facebook right after we end, and on YouTube as well. So I will see you tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
All right.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.